Boys, paging moon boys. Hello Adrian, and welcome back to another episode of the Dang Oracle. It is 7:30 p.m. and yes, UTC plus 8 is my time zone, and welcome everybody once again. Let's say hello first to the hardcore crew for tonight. Hi Jerson, hi Clancy, hi Nikolai, hi Darren, hi Henry, hi Tina, hi everybody. How is everybody doing? How was your weekend? I hope you had a lovely weekend. And yeah, it is time, right? We have to prepare ourselves for coming war tomorrow. Although I don't like it, but yeah, my short position on the day trading from last week is still open. Of course, it's still running. I am not going to. I won't be closing that for maybe for a little bit longer than I don't want to. But yeah. Oh, hey Henry, long time no see. Long time no see. You have been away for quite a while. We haven't seen you for a while. Have you gone on a world trip tour around the world or something? The little prince is doing really well. He's growing very very big. Great hike. Good for you, Tina. I mean, this is. I mean, it's actually the perfect time to be hiking and doing that kind of stuff, right? I mean, nobody who's around to be bothering you much. Hi, Cedric. Welcome. So yeah, before we go into some technical analysis, let's take a look at some COVID numbers to see if something has changed over there. But I don't think it did. Sorry to hear that, Henry. Work. At least you have work. That's something really positive in this day and age. United States are over we crossed it. We are over 2.5 million cases. Brazil is 1.3 million cases. Russia over 600, and India over 500,000 cases as well. All right, now let's take a look on the chart on how it looks like. And total confirmed cases worldwide, we are at very close now to 10 million cases. Not a really a great milestone to be celebrating or anything like that. Let's celebrate the total recovered cases, which is over 5 million cases. Let's celebrate that one. We have over 500,000 people that have recovered after getting the COVID virus. But yeah, still half of them has not recovered just yet, and sadly enough, a lot passed away because of it. So it's not a laughing matter or anything like that. So the chart for the US, still not looking good. Brazil not looking good. Russia still not looking good. India not looking good. Peru not looking good. And Chile not looking good as well. Hi Gita. So yeah, very little change on the COVID situation. Some countries are getting a lot worse now, and some countries are doing a little bit better, I guess. But yeah. Not that great. So let's go into our technical analysis for Bitcoin. Where did we leave off yesterday? Well, boom, let's go here. So what were we looking for? Well, first of all, to see if the daily close would be closing once again below the EMA 55, which is what happened. And we even had a spike down below, and as you can see here, I actually woke up in the middle of the night because my phone did ting 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 ting, because we broke below. Hi Andrew. We broke below the 8,980. What was it? 8,993. Yes. Let's put our number back once again. Yeah, it's got deleted again, no? Where is it? What is it? Oh, where's my magnet? Here's my magnet. 8892. Okay, that was the number. That was the number we were looking for. So 8892. So as I told you guys, if we break this 8892, for me that means that we will be breaking the structure of the macro trend, and that is basically what is going on right now, right? So we dipped and we touched the EMA 100, or this blue line here, and then currently we are bouncing back up towards this resistance line, or the channel that we are in. That's usually what happens. Is it possible that we go a little bit up higher? Sure. Like I said as well, this is weekend. You know, don't be you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we go a little bit higher, but this kind of confirmed the break of the structure for me, that we are making a lower low rather than a higher. I mean the whole structure, right? As you can see here, if we are putting the line, you can see here, this was our, where is my drawing tool? Here, here's my brush. So this was our low, this was our higher low, and here is our lower low. So the structure is no longer valid, and we have basically broken this structure completely here. And like I said, most likely when that confirms, we can make a measured moves from this beautiful channel here and put that down there, and I've already done that, so I don't have to do it again. So, and as you can see here, we should be going to targeted move around 7.5k, and that's basically what I am waiting for. Not going to be happening immediately. Don't you know, don't be too much of a rush or anything like that. It's most likely going to be having some bounces, you know, going down towards like 8.6 8.5k area, small bounce there, then around the 8k area, and then most likely towards the 7.5k area, and then we kind of will see what will happen after that, to be honest. But yeah, let's see where we bounce off and where we can reverse. But for now, I do expect us to go to pretty much at least the minimum of around 7.5k moving on, like I said, over the next month or 2 months or something like that. Like, it's not going to be, you know, immediately or anything like, well, it could, but I don't expect it to be that fast and furious or anything like that. Anyways, one good news is, of course, this week towards the downside did happen during the weekend, so we kind of, you know, we kind of can still, let's just say maybe, you know, maybe there's something, maybe there was a fake out right there. I really don't call it. That's just basically hopium that I'm giving giving right now. But you gotta always have some excuse some excuse for being bullish, I guess, of being bullish. But yeah, like I said, once it broke this EMA 55 and closed below the EMA 55, for me that was kind of the nail in the coffin, like I've been saying the past couple of days, right? So I do expect us to be breaking down after a small pump towards the upside in the short term. Yes, sure, we can always retest the zones that we have broken, but do I think that we will be going up the 10.5k, the 11.5k? The probabilities are just very, very, you know, on the lower end right now, because yeah, well, we have broken right now, we have confirmed and broken below the structure that we have been building for the past 2 months or something like that, since 29th of April, right? So yeah, that's pretty much 2 months that we've been forming. And yes, sadly enough to say, but most likely it will be resolved towards the downside. So let's take a look on the shorter time frames. So this is basically what I've drawn. I think Friday we were forming some sort of a pennant. I said there's also a chance that it would become a bear flag. Hi Zaldi, it would become a bear flag, but after checking out the RSI, I told you guys that most likely it's a pennant and not a bear flag. And what do you know? You can see it broke towards the downside as well. And if we make a measured move, let's take a look, make a beautiful measured moves from this pennant, here. So from that point, and then it broke back down here. You can see we have the measured move, and it worked out pretty well. As you can see, worked out pretty well. Hit here and went back up down here. So pretty much this triangle is for me, it's worked out, it's played out, so we can remove that now. So what are we seeing right now? So there's two patterns that I'm seeing. So either we can see that some sort of like a downwards channel that is being formed right now here, something like this. Let's see, some channel that is being formed here. Let's make it a little bit prettier so it's more correct, right? This one a little bit higher, and this one is a little bit okay. So something like this is being formed, and then my bottom ones here. So yeah, so some sort of a channel like this is being formed right now. So what can happen? Obviously, two things. It can break to the downside or it can break to the upside. Let's say make a measured move and be positive, and if it breaks toward the upside, let's say it breaks from here, we can go back and retest this death cross that I've been speaking about, right? The EMA 55 with the EMA 200. So it could go back up to a little bit like, as you can see right here, below the EMA 200, like 9.3K, maybe. 9.3K, maybe, if we are very, very lucky. And then it could easily go back there. But of course, it can also very easily get rejected, and I kind of have the feeling that it's most likely going to be rejected, to be honest, rather than going up, but there's always a possibility. So if we break out of this EMA 21, the 9,150, most likely we have a chance to go back up towards maybe $100, $150 towards the upside, a little bit higher. But it's also very possible that we just get rejected, right? So we do something like this and then get rejected toward down, and then most likely something like this where we hit our target towards the downside, right? Or it can just break this pattern as well, and then it does the measured move, right? So sorry, I didn't do the measured. I did the measured move for the top side, but I didn't do the measured move to the downsides, right? So it would break and it go here, something like this, and it would reach our target, right? So get rejection and then go down. So yeah, can do this, or it can, maybe I'll just put both lines there, and then it will be nice. Let's copy paste this one, and here we go towards the upside there. Beautiful. So yeah, to the upside, retesting of this bearish death cross between the EMA 55 and the EMA 200. So somewhere around this area, we could bounce back. I personally, I don't really think that it will happen, but you know, we will go into the momentum indicators in a while. But yeah, I don't really think that will happen. On the other side, the downside is more probable, and we will be going towards this green box here towards the downside, where most likely we will be having a bounce on that line. Do I think that will be the end? Of course, I don't think that will be the end. Most likely a bounce towards most likely the touch of the channel again, and then go down towards the 8K line, where I don't have a box on the 4-hour chart yet, but I will make that box right now for you guys live. Whoop, 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 whoop. Where are we? And up here, we can see it beautifully here. Where is it? This box here. Beautiful box here. It's a little bit too high. Yeah, so yeah, that this box is most likely where we'll be ending next. That's what I'm expecting. And we're back. Do we see some divergences? Let's see if we have some divergences. We have a lower low here, and the RSI did a lower low. No, we don't have we don't even have any bullish divergence right now with this lower low that we created. So it just doesn't look good. I think we will get rejected by the 10 simple moving average or this red line here, and most likely later tonight we'll have our breakdown by tomorrow when the CME chart and the traditional markets open. So yeah, like I said yesterday as well, tomorrow is going to be a pretty important day. So there's two things that I'm waiting for, or I'm watching. I haven't entered my swing trade just yet because it's weekend. I don't want to be opening any trades or closing any trades during the weekend. So I still have my position, my short position open from 9.3K from last week, right? Since I think Friday. Was Friday? I think it was Friday, right? When I shorted, was it Friday or Thursday? One of those days. Anyways, it's still open, of course. But that's my day trading account. My swing account, as I told you guys, for my swing account, if we do break this 8.892, I will be entering with my swing trade as well, which is just very, very, very like a 1x, no leverage or anything like that. Maybe I'll do 2x because I feel quite confident, to be honest. Maybe I'll do 2x leverage. but very low leverage, and I'll be entering a short position most likely later tonight or tomorrow, depending on the situation. If we are going to be breaking this channel, then most likely I'll be entering around here, this area, around the 9.3K. I would be laddering in from like the EMA 55 towards the EMA 200, somewhere around there. That'll be my swing trade, and then I'll just hold the short for like a month or something like that. It's impossible for me to be liquidated, by the way, on such low leverage. The price has to be going over like $999,999 for me to be liquidated or anything like that. So I doubted that I'll be liquidated on my swing position. But of course, if the price goes too high, I'll just take my loss and take it like a man and lose my money, right? So there's always a risk. There's no risk without any. There's no reward without any risk. Sorry. Hi, Entars. Welcome for tonight on this beautiful Sunday. How's the weather where you guys are? For me, it was a very rainy day, so all I did was basically stay in and watch charts and some series on the side. That was my Sunday, and the little baby, the real dang oracle, he didn't want to sleep, so he was bothering me the whole day as well. Anyways, so this is short term. That what I'm looking at. I'm still waiting it out right now. To see if we break this RSI. I should put a little line here, so somewhere around here. So if we break this 44.15, most likely we'll be going towards this top here. That's what I'm expecting. But like I said, it just doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. Rainy in Ireland. Okay. My wife's her auntie lives in Ireland as well, by the way. So she actually called us on the video call yesterday. That's why it just popped up in my mind. Anyways, falling channel that is being a downwards channel that is being formed right now. Two ways, of course, up or down. We are going. This is what I'm looking at. Short term, going up towards like maybe somewhere around there. But as you can see, there's so much resistance right there. I really doubted that we will get there. This is more probability. It's just more higher towards the downside. So I'm just waiting for that. If for example, if I see this break towards the downside here, I'll be just entering my shorting position as well on the on my swing trade account. So if we break once again, if we break below the red line or the 8,000 what was it, 8,900 I somehow I always forget that number. What the fuck? 8,900 what is it? 8,892. Sorry. Yes. If we break below 8,892 once again, then I'll just enter my my swing trade from that position once again, because that would basically confirm the break of this structure towards the downside, right? So that's the key, right? You don't want to be taking too much risk during the weekend. Like I said, there's no point. And I know a lot of people will be saying, but there's such a big difference between like 9,250 and 8,900. There's like $250 difference. Yes, but that's why it's a swing trade. You don't want to be liquidated. You want to have a lot of margin. You want to have a very big movement. And if we are expecting a movement towards from here until 7.5K or something like that, that's a 1,000 close to a $2,000 move. So there's no point to be like be stingy about a few $100s in a swing trade. So when it comes to swing trade, I'm like that. I'm very cautious about it. I don't really care about that much about the actual price. I care more about the confidence I have in towards the direction, and that it's a big movement, yes or no. In terms of day trading, I'm very stingy and very non-risk, as in when price goes the wrong way for like $50 and $100, I just cut my losses and I get out, because I can just re-enter or I can just trade on a daily basis anyways, right? So it's a very different concept between short-term or day trading and swing trading, right? Where are we in week off? Well, this is my updated week off chart. Let me put the the theory next to it. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the one. So LPSI, and then we are expecting our SOW actually. So that's what I'm expecting as well here. So do we get our SOW and then a little bounce back towards our LPSI? That's basically what I'm waiting for. So I do believe that today, tomorrow, later tonight, most likely later tonight, we'll be bouncing into this red territory. And this red territory is beautifully at 8.6, as you can see as well, which is the target that we are aiming for, as you can see here in my green box. Beautiful, isn't it? So beautiful when things are looking how it's supposed to be looking, right? So boom, boom. Let's see, daily, yeah. We can go over the long-term indicators once again. On the weekly, this is what is looking at on the Stokes. That's not good. And every time we did that, that's not good. We are looking here at the RSI cross downwards towards below the EMA. The price at the cross down is at 9,029. So that's the key number, right? So if tomorrow when the weekly closes below that EMA price, then this would be confirmed as a local top, most likely a double top on our RSI. This would be confirmed as a double top, and then we will be breaking this line here, and then yeah, we will drop down towards most likely the bearish territory, right? So yeah, this is the number 9,000. Basically just keep it at 9,000 and 9,000 round. If we close the weekly below 9,000, not good. Okay. Hi Val from Davao. Yes, raining as well over there. Hi silent trader, be silent. Just kidding. Just kidding. And then hi Terrence. Everything good, man. Everything good. So yeah, on the weekly, obviously not looking good. And also we are looking at the 10 simple moving average. Do we close below it? Yes or no? Right now we are below it at 9,058. Do we close it below or not? Okay, it's good. If you think it's a bunch of useless, or I don't know why you're listening. Why don't you do something useful and do something else? But it's good. Was happy for your positive energy for today. Hi Jason. Hi Alvin. Okay, so let's go for the 3-day chart. 3-day chart is pretty much the same as before, but of course, so yeah, very important once again. So tomorrow we will have our weekly close candle close. We have our 3-day candle close as well, and our 2-day candle close as well tomorrow. So everything is basically aligned for tomorrow to have something crazy basically. So we have on our 3-day chart, we did bounce off on the 3-day chart above the EMA 21. So we are looking currently we are below it. 9,151 is the key, but obviously what I'm looking at is the 8,660, the EMA 55. Do we break below that? Yes or no? Very similar on the 2-day. The 2-day already was did close below the EMA 21. If you remember, that was kind of the nail in the coffin, and that's when I also started my short. Now I remember. It was on the 23rd of June. So the 23rd of June is when I entered my short because it closed below the EMA 21. Now I remember. Anyways, so and then we had confirmation. We closed once again below the EMA 21. Then now we are currently just hovering above the EMA 55 at 8,792, and the question is of course the same thing: do we close once again below the EMA 55, yes or no, tomorrow as well? So as you can see, that's basically what was going on, right? The domino effect that I've been talking about. We are looking from the lower time zones, lower time frames into the higher time frames, and then the higher time frames get affected by whatever the lower time frames are happening or what is going on, right? Yes, Jason, I am self-learned and been trading around close to 6 years now, something like that. And yes, self-learned. But of course, I had a bunch of friends and a bunch of people that are trading together with me and learning together. right? But yeah, from scratch, basically from scratch. Something else is, of course, we can see this 10 simple moving average starting to curl down, and we are waiting to see if it's going to be crossing this EMA 21 as well, right? So weekly close is the most important thing, of course, that we can watch by tomorrow. For the people who didn't see how the Nasdaq chart or the traditional markets on the weekly candle closed, here you are. I will show it again. This is a beautiful gravestone doji candle. Yes. So yeah, that's obviously not a very good candle for for the traditional markets, and that's basically one of the reasons that kind of confirms for me as well that we are going to make that pullback also on the traditional markets, and as well, so you know, as a conclusion as well for the Bitcoin chart, right? So what else would I want to show you? Oh yeah, so one of the viewers asked me to yeah, I am on TradingView as well, Jason, but I don't really post that much on TradingView. So yeah, so it's better to just ask questions here on during the live stream, or post questions here. So, but one of the viewers, he asked me, where do you see bounces, and can we get a reversal, and so on and so on and so on, using the heat map, right? Using the heat map. So for the people who don't know what the heat maps are, you can just, it's free by the way, you can just go to tradinglight.com. So tradinglight.com, and then you can see this basically. I'll go over with you guys in a moment. Don't get shocked by seeing all this and being scared or anything like that. It's not that complicated or anything like that. So basically the heat map is showing the areas where there is a lot of resistance or a lot of trading action, basically, right? So, and as we can see right here, around the 10,000 area, from 9,000 area to the 10,000 area, 9,900 to 10,000 area, we can see that the colors are very yellow, very bright. That means that there's a lot of selling pressure there, a lot of orders there, right? And as you can see here, every time when price goes near that area, of course, as you can see here, near those blocks, and it becomes yellow, it gets pushed down because there's a lot of selling action, right? And as you can see here, the selling action actually went down even went down a little bit lower. As you can see, it became yellow here, and then that's where we get these pushes prices towards the downside. Very similar for the bottoms, right? As you can see here, the yellow line here, we have a lot of support here, as you can see, yellow on the bottom, and as you can see, price, whenever it goes to like some yellow area, it bounces back up. As you can see here, it went to this yellow and bounced back up, it went to this yellow and bounced back up, and yesterday is basically what was very important. Hi Syed, I hope you're doing well. Yesterday was very important because that area is a very critical area, and as you can see, it broke, it bounced off, and it broke below that yellow line, and now it's bounced back up once again. But obviously that's not a good sign, right? That's just not a good sign. So basically the question was, where can we find some sort of support zones, right? And it's very clear, right? Right now we can see some support zones here at the 8,800 line. As you can see here, it's very bright right now, 8,800 around there, and then the next support line is around here, around 8.5. As you can see here, very bright, 8.5. And then if we go lower, we can see here around the 8,000 line, we have some support here, right? And a little bit lower, we don't have that much anymore. Oh, here, a very bright line here at the 6,000 area. It's tradinglight.com, Intars, tradinglight.com, and here at around the 6,000 area. So yeah, so by using these heat maps, and it's, of course, it's better to be using it on a shorter time frame, because you get more real-time data while you're trading, basically, right? So, but as you can clearly see right here, we had a lot of support here, and it broke down from it. And then was our next zone, and it already No, it's just basically Nikolai. So the heat maps are actually, for example, when you are on an exchange and you put in, let's say I want to long at 8,800, that's on a position that is not shown on anywhere, but it is shown on the heat map, if you understand what I mean. So the data shows all the orders that are open, basically. So if you want to short at, for example, 10,000, and there's a lot of people shorting at 10,000, then you would get a yellow a heat map here, because there's a lot of positions being set there, a lot of positions being set there, right? So that's basically the logic behind the heat maps and why they are important. Because of course, when there is a lot of people interested in buying at a certain price, then of course it is a natural support line. When there's a lot of people wanting to short at a certain price or selling at a certain price, then of course that makes a resistance, right? So as we can see here, we bounced off this 9,000, as you can see, and then it broke down, and then of course we got another heat line at 8.8k, and then it bounced back up, and that's where we're currently at right now. But if we break this 8.8k, which is kind of what I'm expecting, we will most likely be going towards the 8.5k area. Hi Daniel, hi Antonio, hi Kevin, thank you for following, and welcome to the channel. Hope you are going to enjoying your time here as well. Please feel free to join in on the discussion and to the chat or ask questions. That's why we're here for. So yeah, broke down, pushed back up because there is buying pressure here, right? So if we break that zone once again, we have a lot of buying pressure here at around 8.5, and that's basically where you can also put where I can put some of my green boxes, right? So as you can see here, this is the box for like around 8.5, 8.6k. This is actually a small box here that I could be putting here. This order block. Oh, sorry, there's a magnet here. This order block here, that would be our 8.8k, as you can see, right? So 8.8k is a small support as well, and as you can see, price bounced off from here, or else or on this EMA 20 on this EMA 100. So for me, it wasn't that for me it's not that important that that bounce, because like I said, it breaks this whole pattern. So for me, it's not that important. So but this one is way more important, right? Hi Jason, do I do TA on alts? Very little, only on demand really, but very little, because you won't really like what I'm saying on altcoins most of the times. I'm not really a hater on altcoins, but I don't know why people are so interested in altcoins. You should not you should not be investing too much in altcoins. That's all. That's my opinion, at least. Do I check GBTC? Yeah. So before I was checking GBTC a lot, because the grayscale chart was actually for a substantial time. It was a leading indicator, like a leading chart, where you could see a lot of movement. But nowadays it's not that great of a chart anymore. On the heat map, what but the black lines mean? Oh, the black lines, it means there's no interest. Basically, very little amount of interest or positions open at that time on that price. A lot of support on 8.5k. Will I close my short on 8.5k? Monko, yes, I will close my short. I will not re-enter my long. I will close my short on my day trading account. On my swing trading account, I will just let it roll for like the whole month, most likely. But yeah, on my day trading account, I will take profits along the way. Yeah, I will always take profits, but I will not take a long on that areas. I'll be just re-shorting the bounce. That's what I'm gonna do. So when I kind of have a measured moves all the way towards 7.5k, what I'm just gonna do is So let's say price comes back here, I'll close and take my profits. I'll wait for price to be making a bounce. Most likely it's going to make a bounce to like something like here, and then I'll just short it again, and then aim for the next green box towards the downside, and then close my short once again, wait for the bounce, and short it again, and then aim for something like that. So that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be longing. It's too risky to be longing in this in this. With the HVP being this low for something like that. I will be taking profits around the 7.5k most likely on my swing, 7.5k most likely around there. I'm not 100% sure just yet, Trent. You know, it's a swing trade, so the good thing about the swing trade is you can take your time. You can, you know, you can analyze it for a pretty long time, right? So I'll just wait until we get there. And along the way, if we get a massive red candle towards the downside, to be honest, I don't think it will stop at 7.5k. But we'll go over that in a little while. For now, so yeah, 8.5k, 8k here, a little bit on 8.2 as you can see, a little bit, but a lot of it that has been closed as you can see, but a little bit on 8.2k, 7k, a little bit as well. And 6.5k also here, and mainly here at 6k. So I think it's pretty clear 6k is like the majority main main line on the heat map right now. Okay, so yeah, I hope this was useful for you guys as well. This is for I forgot what the name was on YouTube for who requested it, but there was somebody who requested it, some explanation about the heat map and how you can use the heat map and so on and so on. Oh yeah, something also very cool on using trading light is, of course, you have the VPVR here. That is for free. So for people who don't have the pro version on TradingView, they can just use trading light and have the VPVR for free as well. And I've spoken about the VPVR, I think, in a couple of my my streams before already. Whenever we have a lot of volume on one spot, usually that's where the price moves towards to. So if we can see here, we have a lot of very long wicks, basically long candles here. That means that most likely if we do break towards the downside, that we have support there. And as you can see here, where's the support at around 8,800. And so you can use the VPVR pretty much for the same thing as the heat maps, right? So very, very similar. If we break that, then we have a lot of support all the way down here towards 8.6, between 8.6. And if we break that, the as you can see, the VPVR is very, very low. So that can, if we do break 8.6, as you can see, we could have a potentially massive break towards the downside, all the way, as you can see here, until 7.7 is the first, but realistically here 7.5k, as you can see, 7,550, as you can see. So by using the VPVR, we can basically see pretty much the same thing as well. But this is basically the biggest, the big thing, right? So if we break the 8.5k, 8.6k, as you can see, we have a huge gap all the way down to pretty much 7.5k on the VPVR. So that's what I mean with danger zone. So once we get near and we start grinding down towards like the 8.6k, once we start grinding around this area here, we have touched it two times already, right? 2 times we've touched it. The third time most likely is going to be breaking, and then we have a huge gap all the way down to basically here, 7.5, 7.550, 7.6, somewhere around there. So yeah, I think it's gonna take a little bit, longer. We will most likely be bouncing around this area, and 8.6 a little bit longer. But once we break this 8.6, 8.5k, I think we will break very quickly towards the downside to the 7.6k, 7.5k, to be honest. At least that's what the VPVR is telling us. So yeah, 2 very cool tools that you can use on Trading Light. I suggest you create an account. It's free anyways, so take advantage of it and use it. right? Okay, let's move on. We have discussed everything now on the heat map. What else did I wanted to show you guys was long-term, yeah, some long-term analysis, right? So quickly, some long-term analysis. First of all, so this is basically what everybody is looking at on the weekly chart. The problem is, of course, we are creating higher, lower highs. This is our high, lower high, lower high, and most likely it's not confirmed yet, but most likely this is our lower high as well, right? Sorry, silent trader, I'm not Filipino, so could you, if you can ask your question in English, I would appreciate it. So yeah, this would most likely be our another lower high if we don't break out. So if we do break out, we can be bullish, a little bit bullish. Most likely we'll be heading towards this 14k. So if we break out, that's basically what I would be targeting, 14k towards the upside. But for now, the probabilities are just more towards the downside. So I'll give a more bearish outlook right now. Well, bearish, yes, I know, right? So this is the triangle that we have been forming for the past couple of years right now. And if we break down, these are basically the key levels or the key support zones that I'm looking at. And you can clearly, the real dang oracle is awake and he's crying right now. So if you're hearing him on the background, my apologies. So we can clearly see here this we touched this here, as you can see, touched it many times here. Here we got rejected here, and here we broke through it. So that's for me a pivot point. We are in a bear market, Tina. Yes, we keep creating. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And then this line here, as you can see here, we have a lot of wicks here, a lot of wicks here, beautiful, here as well, towards the downside as well. So yeah, that's also a major support line. And then of course we have this ultimate support line here. We have a lot of wicks here, a lot of support here. We broke down all the way here, we broke up here, and then here, this area here. So those are the three, let's say, key lines where we could potentially have a reversal, right? So what I'm looking at is, if we are very bearish, very bullish, something that I've explained before already, before we made that jump, what we want to see is some sort of like a bull flag that we are forming slowly down here, touch this line, and then break towards the upside, right? So that's the bullish case. The more bearish case, of course, is we go down lower, right? We can, in this channel, go back lower here, and then we bounce back up. We can go all the way down here towards this green line and then bounce up. Those are all pretty much bullish scenarios. And those three key lines is something that you should note down, and that's 7.5k, right? 7.5k, and this one is 6.8k, and this one is around 6k. And if we are making a Fibonacci retracement, you will see that this is very beautiful as well. So let's take a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top, and you can see here, very beautiful as well. The 0.328 FIB level, 7.5k. The 0.5 FIB level, 6,783 or 6.8k, and the golden pocket ratio at around 6,000, between 5,955 to 6,100. Or you can also check the EMA 200 and this simple 200 moving average, the red line that is moving back up. So Fibonacci lines match also everything, what the lines that we are looking with all the confluence as well. So that's basically what I'm expecting for 2021. I don't think that we'll be breaking this structure yet, but in 2021 we are we are bound to be breaking it. The only question is before this and before we near the apex of this triangle, do we break towards the downside or towards the upside, right? So that's the main key questions for me. So we were looking at the long term. So if you're asking me where are the potential pivot points or potential reversal points, those are the potential reversal points for me. So 7.5, 6.8, or around 6K for a reversal towards the upside, or we can break down, of course. And for the bears, because we also have to have a bearish outlook, I want to be a little bit complete as well. For the bears, they are, well, not really bears, but more long term. People are looking at this as a broadening wedge. So, oops, I clicked the wrong button. A broadening wedge. So we can put a line, something like this here. This would be a broadening wedge, like this. And then we are definitely going back towards like the 3K levels, right? So the broadening wedge works like this. So up, break down, and break up like this. So then we would be revisiting the low, the 3K levels, or our previous low. Let's put it like that. So yeah, a little bit far off, but I want to be just a little bit complete, that there's still a possibility as well that we are going back towards, like, you know, the 3K levels, or even a little bit below that, as you can see, depending on how fast we go, right? So we can do something like this, and then we go to like you know, 2.5K maybe, or something like that, and then go back up. So that's the broadening wedge scenario, which is not something that we don't really want to be seeing. So let's stay positive, and if we don't break here, which I don't think it happened now. We had actually all the chances and all the momentum in the world to be doing that, but it didn't happen. So I kind of, you know, we kind of have to, you know, accept it now. And then, so yeah, those are the three for the people who are asking me, where do you think that we are we are going to be potentially reversing? Well, those are the three areas: 7.5, 6.8, and around the 6K area. What is the most realistic one? To be honest, the most realistic one, I think, would be the 0.5 FIP, to be honest. The 0.5 FIP, it seems like a beautiful number, 6,800. I hope, but I mean, that's why we do analysis on a daily basis. So this is basically just to show you guys how we can make a more macro look on the thing. Yes, MA63. I hope so as well. But you're right. The hash ribbons are flashing towards the upside, as you can see here. It is green right now. It has not turned into blue just yet. So MA63, moving average 63 has a point right there. He is still hopeful that we are going towards the upside. I am less hopeful that we are going towards the upside. But yeah, I mean, I've been wrong many times before. I can be wrong again, right? But for now, that's my analysis. I still expect us to be going towards the downside rather than the upside, and the probabilities are higher because, like I said, we did break below that structure, although it was during the weekend. So that's kind of like the annoying part, but I'm pretty confident we'll know in the next couple of days, like MH63 says. We will have our monthly close, and pretty sure everything will be clear by then. Let's take a look at the expected move charts, because the new candle, 12-hour candle, just closed. So the first standard deviation to the top side is 9,144, and the first standard deviation towards the downside is 8,935. As you can see right now, it is basically towards the side, so there's no bias towards the upside or the downside. 9,144 towards the upside would basically bring us back here towards this green box here. So a retest of the green box, and 8,935 would be a retest of this bottom here, once again, of this 8.8K area. Who knows, Tina? Who knows? Yes, MA63, the hash ribbon has never been wrong, but there's always a first time for anything. that's why indicators don't always work out. I mean, I'm pretty sure you know about that. But the hash ribbons, it has a very high correctness, right? So we'll see. Okay. Yeah, Tina, I cannot answer those kind of questions. I don't have a crystal ball, although my channel is called the Dang Oracle. It's just a play on the name. It's not really because I have an oracle or anything like that. I am an oracle and anything like that. So yeah, expected moves. Yeah, pretty much the sideways. What I wanted to show is on the 12 hours. Yes, we got a flash again. Flash again on the HVP. Very low once again. Stokes on the 12 hour are still curling towards the downside. RSI is of course still on the downside. On the daily, let's take a look on the daily. Daily Stokes are curling heavily towards the downside. A very bad sign, of course. And of course the HVP is still very low, and it's actually touching right now the simple moving average, which means basically volatility is going to be happening within this day by tomorrow. That's basically what is very likely going to be happening. Let's take a look on the short term. I'm interested to see if in the short term, on the short term, we still see a little curl towards the upside on for the 4 hour. So maybe we'll get a small bounce towards the upside. Yeah, RSI is still above, but yeah. The cross is at 9,000, so very close towards where we are right now. Who knows, Tina, if the price is going down for the institutions or not. Like I said, we can't really know what the market wants. Is this all pure manipulation? Is this retail that is giving up? Who knows? We can't really know all of that. Yes. Oh yeah. Quick look at the Hurst cycles. Once again, as you can see, we are now grinding towards we actually broke below the short-term bottom, and as you can see, the medium cycle bottom is at 8,279. No, Nikolai, I haven't updated my Elliott wave count just yet. Because I'm actually just waiting for this break to happen. If the break happens, then it's a clear ABC correction towards the upside that is finalized, and we'll be creating a impulse wave towards the downside. So I'm just waiting for tomorrow, and then I'll update my Elliott waves. And that's the thing about Elliott waves, right? The move actually happened already, and then you kind of reverse the count or change the count. That's why I keep saying Elliott waves are really cool, but it's very hard to be trading upon Elliott waves. It's way easier to be just trading resistances and support lines. Right. Yes, wow, a lot of new followers, a lot of new interested people apparently. So I think tomorrow is going to be a super important and super interesting day. I would say stay awake right now. Still undecided. It seems to be getting rejected right now from the 10 simple moving average on the 4 hour chart, but that's not really confirmed just yet. I think we're gonna get to 8.6k. That's what I'm thinking. That's the highest probability for me, and then we'll figure it out from there. Yeah, and I'll be closing my short positions from there on the day trade, and I'll be entering on my swing trade when the time is right, later tonight or tomorrow. Let's see what happens. So yeah, two probabilities. Small pump towards the upside, 9.3k maybe, but yeah, higher probabilities that we are gonna go to the downside. And yes, I hope I hope MA63 that you'll you won't get wrecked if in case you we don't move towards 9.5k. That's all I'm hoping for you. Just but if we do break 9.5k, I'll be bullish again. To be honest, I'll be bullish again. Well, not really that bullish. I'll probably think that we'll go back to 9.8k. So for a small position towards the 9.8k if we break the 9.5k, but yeah, I don't see it happening anymore with the traditional markets showing a reversal. But tomorrow we'll know everything. So I'll keep it at that. For this Sunday, it has been a lot already. I'm gonna see if the little dang is sleeping. So hope you enjoyed it. Oh, what is this? Oi, is it going down? I'm just kidding. So yeah, I think we'll know a lot more by tomorrow, and we have a lot to update tomorrow as well, right? With the weekly candle closes and this and that. So yeah, short term, let's see what happens. I don't really care what happens, 9.2k, 9.250, or towards the downside immediately. But I do believe that by tomorrow we'll have answers to a lot of our questions. Okay, that's it for today. Oh, I'm tired already. See you. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Please like, share, comment, whatever you want to do with this channel. Same time, same place on YouTube Live and on Facebook Live, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. And until then.